Hi everyone and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast along with a new video. Happy New Year! It is 2025. I know it has been a while since you guys have seen me spoken. I know it has been a journey to get into this new year. So I want to say thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. Yes, I still got it. I want to make sure that I continue to, again, in a time like this, continue to bring you guys the best content as possible and to learn as well with life and where it's going. Speaking of what we're going to talk about today. So we will be speeding things up with Patreon and Spotify. Definitely. We will be doing more content on there where I will be talking more in depth about a lot of different topics, not just music, not just movies, just different things that we can get into. What we don't talk about stocks enough. We don't talk about mortgages and credit and all the other good things that we could talk about, on a, structured way. But we can always have fun. We can always talk about, recent events or new events. But you guys know me by now. I like to talk about the things that are very much factual, relatable, and just, where I'll express my opinion, but I won't make my opinion outweigh what is, if that makes sense. I think that's what a lot of content creators like to do. They will make their opinion become the forefront. And I don't want my opinion to be a forefront where the actual content and what we're talking about is overshadowed. We're just not doing that. What we talk about is what we talk about. We could talk about me, but that could be a whole nother video. So for right now, we are going to get into a free video and more free videos. And yeah, let's get into it. So today we are going to talk about Donell Jones' Life Goes On. So I talked about his second album already, Where I Want to Be. And yeah, that album was and still is a great album. And the follow-up to that album, which is this, let's read out. Let's see what's going on. So Life Goes On is the third studio album by American R&B singer Donell Jones. It was released by LaFace Records and Arista Records on June 4th, 2002 in the United States. The album featured two singles, You Know That I Love You, I love that song, which was a minor hit in both the UK and the US, and Put Me Down, a more popular non-album version featuring Styles P and Lady May. The album reached number 3 on the US Billboard 200 and went gold. On September 16, 2003, Arista Records re-released Life Goes On with the bonus track I'll Go, which first appeared on the Love and Basketball soundtrack. Okay, good. Because I'll Go was literally I felt like I'll Go was supposed to be on Where I Want to Be, but I think it was a song that could have been like soundtrack, single, push, but I don't know whether it really was able to get that type of life. But to hear that they had re-released the album with the bonus track, for me, I feel like some people would probably feel salty because they would be like, wait, I'll Go is the song. You know what I mean? Like, wait. But, however, they only had to... Oh, wait, no, they waited a year. Yeah, I'd be a little bit salty. A little bit. If I was to realize, a year later, wait, this album got the I'll Go song. But see, at the time, we're talking about CDs. So when I say I'd be salty, it's not like I'd be salty like, oh my God, why'd they do this? It'd be like, I'd be salty like, damn, I know I'm gonna buy this, but I need to buy this. But yeah, so critical reception, AllMusic editor Stephen Thomas Elwine rated the album 4 out of 5. He called the project another consistently satisfying effort within Jones' discography and added Jones may not be as flashy as some of his modern soul peers, but that's what makes his records work and what makes Life Goes On another fine addition to his catalog. Yeah. Chart performance, let's see. Life Goes On debuted and peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard 200 in the week of June 13th, 2002, with first week sales of 110,000 copies. It marked Jones' first top 10 album in the U.S. as well as his biggest sales week yet. Okay. The album also reached number 2 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart in January 11, 2006. Life Goes On was certified gold by the Recording Academy. By May 2006, the album had sold 610,000 copies. So, like I said, I'm happy that later on, and when they was able to, they said, we need to add Algo as a bonus track. Because I'm gonna get into the track listing right now. Let's just start it. So track 1 is Still. Track 2 is Put Me Down, which is a good song. Listen. Track 3, You Know That I Love You. Whenever I would hear You Know That I Love You, whether it's on the radio or if I was just having it played, like there's just I don't know, like there's like a euphoric, you see how I'm holding myself, like because I'm holding myself because you can sense the aura of how the early 2000s was. Like there was a time we didn't have to worry about having as much or doing as much because everything seemed like you could achieve it. Like you could go out and do stuff. But then it was, I won't say that it wasn't still a slightly dark time because we didn't know what else was going to happen at that time. And there was, you know, a lot more music and movies coming. So Where You Are Is Where I Want to Be. That's a great song. Part 2. So that's part 2 to where, you know, the song Where I Want to Be, where I feel like it's more of a confessional to where it's like, you know what? I felt like I wanted to be with somebody else, but you is where I would rather be, where I need to be at right now. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much what he was doing with part 2. From what I think, Do You Wanna is track 5. Now that is a slept on song. Very sensual, very calm. He gets straight to the point. You know, he letting you know like it's about to go down tonight. But there's a way that a Gemini just makes you feel, you know. I ain't gotta say too much else on that. There's a way a Gemini makes you feel something. Don't ever forget it. Sorry, let me stop. Track 6, Life Goes On. Track 7, Freaking You. Track 8, Gotta Get Her Out of My Head. Track 9, Guilty by Suspicion. Track 10, Don't Leave. Track 11, Come Back. Track 12, I Hope It's You. Track 13, Girl's Friend. And then, of course, like we know that the bonus track, track 14, which came out a year later, is I'll Go. And to be honest, since it's not really talking too much on I'll Go, I'm going to just add it in as a, you know, it's something I don't always do, but I'm going to start doing just like in the midst of a video where I'm talking about an album or a topic, I may slew in something extra that I could talk separate about, but I'm just going to put it together. It's a package deal, okay? So I'll Go is a song by American neo-soul R&B singer. Why did they call him that? Yeah, so like I said, something to learn about. So I'll Go was originally by another singer, Rashawn Patterson. It was co-written, co-produced by Patterson and Steve Hurley. Never officially released on any Patterson albums. So this song was kept. This song was a song that was gonna be like, you know, supposedly, yeah, let me keep reading, hold on. So R&B singer Donell Jones recorded his cover of the tune that appears on the soundtrack Love and Basketball, released in April 2000. So yeah, the song was made in 2000, and by April 2000, it was on the soundtrack. But mind you, we had already got Where I Want to Be as far as the album. So for about 3 years, people was like, when is Al Go gonna have a home? Because not that you can't buy the single, but a lot of times people love to see the singles have a home to a parent album. Um, Patterson's recorded version is on Soul Togetherness, released on Expansion Records, a 2001 compilation album. So their version, the person who originally made the song, their version is on a compilation album. So they was able to have their version out, as they should have, because they made the song, but on a compilation, a year later, as opposed to Donell, based on him probably just touring, working on the next album, you know, getting the okay to put the cover as a bonus track is a win-win. Because at least you get to have the new music and something that you're familiar with to add in. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to make sure you guys see and hear and know I am back for certain. There will be more. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being there and listening. And again, like I said, I'll be back with more.